The state of last epoch. What's this? Oh, are people mad about the game? Uh-oh.
Oof. No one's playing online right now. Pretty sad after such a long early access phase to bomb on release like this.
It's just, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, like, fuck. There's a lot of people that came to play the game and they weren't ready for that amount of people. Like, that's just really what happened.
It is kind of sad. I agree.
Yeah,
if you're
sucks.
looking to play this game at a party of 3 people, then you shouldn't be ready to spend 3 hours trying to get the party and synchronizing in the same instance, then say, oh, well, and go play something else. Oof, bro. Last Epoch bad, bro. Last Epoch bad. Sorry, but the indefinite loading screen is too much. 5 hours played, level 14.
Jesus.
That's relatable, dude. That is relatable. And he's not
Wait,
lying,
he's in
dude.
line, right?
5.8 hours.
He's in there now?
Communication has dropped precipitously. Now they're going to slow the updates to a crawl and keep everyone from posting the Ask Dev chat in their Discord. If you can't take the justified anger about your failures and you're in the wrong version, epic fail.
I think that's totally fair. I really enjoy the game. I think it's a great game, but they're totally fair whenever they're frustrated that the game that they paid money for isn't working. This is a completely justified reaction that I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And also, it's disappointing that people will see this rating of the game in like 6 months or 3 months and be like, oh, this is a bad game, whenever the truth is it was just a launch problem. And I wish there was a way to like contextualize whether a review is based off of a problem with the release of a game or a problem with the game on a fundamental level. Because I think these are two very different things, and it actually makes negative reviews less valid or more valid, you know, depending on like when they happen. It's misleading. Yeah. If 80% of the thumbs down are from a problem that happened in the first week of the game, and it's 2 months into the game, this problem doesn't exist anymore. Like, is it really a good thing for like people to see a lot of negative reviews for a game, considering the problem doesn't exist? How do you solve that problem? I genuinely don't know, but I think the truth is that Steam is doing the best thing that it can do. They are giving people the right to give feedback based off of the product that they purchased. And if you get a product and it doesn't work, you have every right to be disappointed. I think this game is great. But I can totally understand the frustration.
Jesus. 72 hours after launch, still not able to play. They claim to have things under control when the EU is asleep and back to broken servers once the EU wakes up. Utter disaster. This guy said yep and then upvoted, bro. After 33 hours played. Wait, so this guy upvoted, but he said something negative. So tired of not being able to load in. It's been 3 days for such a promising game. The servers sucked ass. So disappointed.
Yeah, it sucks.
Play Diablo, dude. Look how sad that is. They had the chance to convert a guy with Diablo in his name, bro.
Whoa.
And now he's disappointed. Was that game really in early access? Oh, shit, bro. 3 hours. I mean, that seems like a...
Let's be honest, right? Because, like, I said this with Helldivers, because Helldivers has been running into this problem as well, with, like, managing server capacity. And Final Fantasy had this problem with Endwalker, too. The reality is that this game had a meteoric rise to success on the release, and I think that it vastly exceeded what the expectations were from the developer. And I think the same thing happened with Helldivers. I don't think that they really were ready for this amount of people to play the game. And at the end of the day, Helldivers is also getting a lot of negative reviews for the same reason. And I think that those reviews are also completely justified and totally valid. But I do think that there should be some context and some nuance that's added into this, because, like, at a certain point, I think it does do a disservice to the game whenever you're reading about how bad the game is based off of something that's not happening. And also, Last Epoch, to be fair, does have an offline mode that you can play on. Now, I understand that that's not what people want to do. It's not what I want to do. So I totally understand that. But at the same time, at least there's an option for it. I'm no dev, but why can't they add a shit ton of capacity so this doesn't happen? I think that they're probably in the process of doing that, but they don't have some sort of like cloud computing solution for that. It's kind of like Helldivers is slowly doing that, but they don't want to invest all of the money into it because they know that the player base will stabilize at a lower number, and they don't want to spend all of their money on just making sure that people are able to play the release at the largest capacity. Yeah, they're not they are still a small studio. You know, there's only so much that they can do. They literally have unlimited cloud capacity. Well, if they have unlimited cloud capacity, then why you think this is a problem that they're all just like making up? Like, I don't know. It's not server capacity that's the issue. They never max capacity. I think it has to do with the specific matchmaking app failing under the load. Well, what I'm saying is like, it's the same as, I bet running a server like this, you're probably right. It's like having a car where like, think about like the car isn't running well because that's what we see, right? We see the car isn't running well, but the car not running well could mean that it's going maybe up a hill or it's going down a hill, and so it's going really fast. The wheel fell off. The carburetor is broken. The catalytic converter doesn't work. It's out of oil. There's no gas in the car. The engine exploded. So all of these variables, the front fell off. Yeah, there used to be a front of the bus. Now it's gone. The air filter isn't cleaned. So all of these problems exist with servers. And it's the same thing with Warcraft too. But Blizzard has so much more resources to manage a release, generally better than a small studio like this. And to be fair, I think that Blizzard generally manages pretty good releases. Like the Diablo 4 release was pretty good. The Overwatch 2 release was pretty good after the first day, and I think Dragonflight release was pretty good too. And every Warcraft expansion release after Warlords of Draenor has been phenomenal. I'm going to say it. I think that they have done an incredible fucking job. Now, sometimes people have things go wrong, but yeah, overall, I think that's... But these types of things are pretty fair.
Completely genuine, legit guy. He's 3 hours of playtime. He bought the game.
Yeah.
The good news is this, chat. Everyone's just complaining that the servers are dog shit, right?
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. They're not complaining about the game itself being bad. They're just saying the servers are dog shit.
Exactly.
With that attitude from the dev team, I cannot recommend spending money on this game to anyone when PoE is free to play. Oof. Yo, what if they... Dude. Yo, I just had a bad thought, bro. Because we had the same issue during the early access patch, whatever the fuck it was, right? What if they knew it was still fucked? And then they gassed it up and then just fucking sold it as many as they could. And now they're just doing damage control for as long as they can until the player count goes down and the servers start working again, bro. What if that is the case? I mean,
well, that's probably what they should do, right? I mean, like, that's just logically what to do. I don't think that they were promoting it. Like, it's not like that's really a bad thing necessarily. It's just, of course, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, the game relies on a server. They're not doing that. Yeah, it's hard to simulate a server load whenever this is happening. That's why, like, for example, I remember the PAX Day development team was actually really thankful for me bringing a lot of people into playing their game because it gave them a lot of information that they would have otherwise never had access to. Like, what happens whenever there's 200 people in the same place jumping? You can't really simulate that from all of these different IP addresses while they're also doing other movements and typing at the same time and trying to be as annoying as possible. And so, like, in a way, stress testing a server is only, like, it's the same as anything, right? It's like drills are not the same as it actually happening.
Technically possible, right? I mean, I don't know their financial situation. Maybe they needed to sell copies. Being unhappy with what you pay for does not mean you're an entitled idiot. It's great that devs are being as open as they with what's going on and seemingly hard work to fix it. It doesn't excuse how god-awful the launch has been. People being shills for a semi-broken product and simultaneously giving out the state of gaming will...
Well, it's also like, here's another factor. I understand completely what this guy's saying, but I don't think that people are being shills. They're just having a different experience. I'm not going to start playing right now, but I'm going to try to log into the game right now. Playing online, US Central Servers. There's my character. I'm logging in. Connecting. I'm in the game. So why did that happen? It happened because I'm logging in at 8 p.m. And at 8 p.m., there are probably less people trying to get on the server than at 3 p.m. So what happens is that somebody who plays at night all the time is not going to have the same server problems that somebody who plays during the day is going to have. So I'll give you another example. I have never sat in a queue for Helldivers 2, not even whenever it first came out, because I would go live and start playing it at 1 a.m. And at 1 a.m., the servers weren't capped. So that's what happens. So whenever somebody says, oh, the servers are fine for me, you're wrong, there isn't like a right or a wrong answer for this. And it actually is a your own truth situation. Because somebody can have a completely different experience playing a game whenever they're playing on a high population time period versus a low population time period. Like another really good example of this is like Diablo 4. Do you guys remember how laggy Diablo 4 would be in the afternoon and then at night it would be perfect? Like the open world, it was awful. And that's just because, like, again, and if you play all night, you're never going to have this problem. And if you play all day, you're only going to have this problem. So I think that's what happens. Epoch patched it 5 hours ago to lessen the lag. Yeah, but I never had lag on day one. Like, I played this game on release. I played it the day after release, too. I played it every single day. It's been out for 3 days now. I've never had lag.
Hilarious piece. Shit, bro.
Yeah.
We truly want everyone to play our content we've been working for months to bring to our community. I am so sorry you and others had a negative experience, and we hope to turn that around as fast as we can. And I assure you we are working our butts off to make sure everyone is having the best experience we can provide at this moment in time. The best. They're doing their best, all right? This is their best. We will continue to work on stability going forward into the weekend. Imagine they said, yeah, we're going to fuck off for the weekend.
We got a barbecue plan to celebrate all the money we made. But on I would say Monday, but we're probably going to be hungover on Monday from the party. So like maybe on realistically like Wednesday. Yeah, I don't know. Just give us another call on Wednesday. Let us know how it is, okay? Yeah. At some point, at towards the end of the week, you know? What's this here? It's just annoying. You have these negative Andes nonstop whining and throwing around nonsense like scam this, scam that. Of course, people are reacting to that. But you don't understand. So you have to think about, and this is the problem that people have on the internet, is you never think about it from the perspective of the other person. From his perspective, he's being scammed because he paid money for a product that he's not able to use. I'm sorry, but that's basically what a scam is. Whenever you buy a product and it doesn't function in the way that it was advertised, that's a scam. Now, is this a scam in the same way that a pyramid scheme is a scam or a Ponzi scheme? No, it's not. But you can understand why a person feels that way. I'm not trying to, and also they're not wrong for feeling that way. But you can refund it. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. Maybe they played the game, they sat in queue for 3 hours, they played for 5 minutes, they got disconnected, and they can't refund because the 2-hour window passed. Scam implies malicious intent. I think that is another level of severity of a scam. But I think any time that you spend money for something and you don't get what you spent the money for, you have been scammed. It's that simple. You pay for your internet, phone service, yet everybody loses those connections or has no bars, so is everything in life a scam? Well, whenever you pay for a phone connection, they tell you whenever you buy one that you might not always have service. So that's not really true. But generally, yes. I have Verizon. So I have pretty good service. However, if you have Cricket, the most ratchet phone service there is, you're not going to get service all the time. That's just how it is. And yeah, if I wasn't getting service all of the time, I would feel like I was getting scammed. How many of you guys would feel the same way? If like because you had bad phone service all the time, you'd feel like you were getting scammed. It's not unreasonable. It's really not. Like these people, like I totally understand the frustration.
Oh, bozos. Deal with it, bro. Like, get a life, you fat fuck. Outside. What they need to do, right, is they need to find a problem, right? Okay? They need to find a problem, okay? And then they need to fix the problem. And then
Exactly. It's that simple. Just figure out what the problem is and then fix it. Fucking exactly. Thank you. Yeah, Quinn understands how to deal with this. There it is.
Good play. And I won't be stuck trying to load in the
It's so simple.
fucking dry river. The RPG community is something else. All the same shit with the yellow, just turn fanboys, haters is weird. It is a weird dynamic. I don't get why people go full simp ultra shill mode. They're like, they're like 2 hours playtime. Upvote. The game's amazing. You can't download the game just because the servers I'm working on game release. What the fuck? And it's like, bro, they're like willing to die and shill for a company. Read the niggers and you realize
Verizon owns Cricket and they use the same towers. Is that true? Is that true? Huh? I heard it? Oh, yeah. I'm sure that... Oh, you're right. Yeah. I'm sure that was Quinn saying the N-word accidentally. Yeah, for sure that's what it was. I didn't even know that because back in the day, everybody that couldn't afford a phone had Cricket. Yeah, I'm going to be real. Like, every single person, it's like if you drew your eyebrows on with Sharpies, if your name was Cadillac, if your pants, if you left the sticker on your shirt or the sticker on your hat, you had a Cricket phone, okay? Yeah, if your name was Mercedes, you had a Cricket phone. It's just the way it is.
Honestly negative. They were written just because people were actually excited to play on 1.0 and then couldn't play. Oh, I can't play! I never really read game reviews, but it's disappointing to see so many negative reviews being submitted to last Epoch based on the launch day issues. What the fuck else are people gonna do? No, if you can't play for fucking
that's fucking true. That's so fucking true. That's what happens with PoE. Every PoE league where the servers are down, that's when the drama happens. Because nobody really gives a shit about any of these problems. They're just mad and they want to be able to play the game. So if like, oh, streamers got streamer queue in PoE, nobody really gives a shit about this, but they do if they can't log in. Like that's whenever they get really mad. Every time that there's drama is whenever the servers are bad. To be fair, he's being an apologist for Last Epoch, but he's singing a different song for Diablo 4. Well, I don't know about Quinn, right? But like also, I'm going to be totally real. I have a different standard of expectation whenever I buy a $35 game from an indie developer versus whenever I pay for a $70 game that I am buying 3-day early access for $90 from a AAA developer with over 30 years experience in the industry. These are two different levels of expectation that I have. Oddly specific? Yeah, I wonder why. It's not double standards. It's double the price.
3 days? Are you going to leave a positive review? Are you going to be like, man, imagine you bought a game and then couldn't play for 3 days? What it's like they're getting
it's actually a lie, by the way, because it's actually more, because I got the early edition.
Ended on behalf of the devs or something, and then they're like coming into White Knight or something. It's weird. What is that? What is that? And he's played the game for 49 hours. It's like he thinks he is the dev. You're not the dev, bro. You're not him. 49 hours of load screen.
I can understand why somebody's disappointed because they feel like it's and like I can totally understand like it is kind of unfair that a game blows up massively and people are giving the game really bad reviews because they can't log in, because generally a review on the game is considered by most people as an evaluation of gameplay. But this is not an evaluation of gameplay. This is just simply saying the game doesn't work right now. They're like protest reviews almost.
PoE is a great game, but just too complex for a lot of casual
Yeah.
players, including myself. Last Epoch is a great middle ground, and I would definitely recommend doing it. The sad thing is, like, okay, how good is Last Epoch compared to PoE, guys? What's weird is, like, the difference between a game that is like an 8 out of 10 game versus like a 9 out of 10 game, it's not 1 point. It's like 5 times better or something, right? The reality is, PoE is way better than Last Epoch, and it's sad that that guy's missing out. Requires more than 3 brains.
Well, PoE is a great game, and Last Epoch is good too. Like, I haven't played it enough to know if it's better than PoE or not, and I don't think it's going to come out and be better than PoE. PoE just has, like, so much time on it. But it doesn't have to be better than PoE. It just has to be fun.
Unlike Diablo 4, requires less than a 5 times PhD to understand. Unlike Path of Exile, game is perfect in between. Oh, gee. Is this what they're all gonna say, bro? Dude, this is a 27-hour Andy. You're a 27-hour Andy.
Come on, Quinn. The game's been out for 3 days. That's 9 hours a day. Holy shit. Come on. He's got a right to have a review. It's 27 fucking hours.
Fuck up. Oh, what happened? Deeper than D4, more accessible than Path of Exile, better quality of life than any other ARPG. Do you know what? I will give them the loot filter in the game is pretty cool. I like the loot filter a lot.
Says the guy who reviewed Final Fantasy in 10 hours. I did not review the game in 10 hours. I posted my first impressions of the game after playing it for about 40 hours. And I said very clearly that I am not doing a review of the game. So if you look at my actual, I'll link you guys the Quinn video. This is a very fair analysis of this. Oh, Quinn did that? He did do that. I remember that. Yeah, that was a good day. I don't think it's that big of a deal that the servers don't work. But also, I have, like, infinite free time to play games. So if somebody takes time off to play a game, it's like you can say they're stupid for taking time off to play a video game. But, I mean, it's what they want to do. So, like, what's wrong with that? I can see why they're disappointed. It sucks. But I think that it's understandable. And I think that I hope they fix it, right? Because it does really suck that it's happening. What, the online mode? They still have access to the service? Well, yeah, but they want to play the game online so they can maybe trade with people. Does Last Epoch market themselves as an MMO? If yes, they have more reason, but they can't pay server call a scam? No. Last Epoch offered a service that allows you to trade with players. If you play the game offline, you can't use that service. And if you have to play the game online, you can't use a service that was advertised. Or if you want to play with your friends, you can't do that. It's not complicated. Like, I've been having a lot of fun with the game, but I totally understand why people are frustrated.